Superman Rebirth issue 1. And this issue, of course, it's written by Tomasi and we've got art by Doug Mankey.
Yeah,
Again.
Mankey.
What was it? Was it all these comic
Mankey.
people with the really weird names that I have no idea how to pronounce? There's a lot of them.
I don't know.
But yeah, so this, of course, is kind of this is a weird issue because it's kind of both a coda to New 52 Superman and a prelude to Rebirth Superman, aka
and Action Comics.
Yeah, original Superman. Yeah.
This is DC admitting that they messed up Superman.
Oh, it is, yeah.
And this is the only way we can fix him. Because we were talking about it in the chat, in one of the threads in the group, where the whole thing with Superman, when Mr. Oz tells him, what's the line, Pete?
You're not what you think you are.
Right. And so that Superman wasn't the, quote, real Superman like everyone else is. So, you know, there's completely side characters like a different Lana and a different Lois, and
well, no,
or at least that's what it feels.
Yeah. Lana could
different.
be the real Lana.
See, this is where it gets murky.
Well, no,
right?
It's going to be murky no matter what because we've got two Clarks and two Loises. But I think something weird's going to happen where it turns out that original Superman and Lois are really Superman and Lois, and the younger ones are like splinters of reality versions, or like because everyone else seems like they're really just the original versions.
Yeah.
There is something specific with Lana in this that was weird though, where so they're talking about going to the fortress, and he says that he doesn't know how to find it without tracking him, and she says she knows, but she doesn't know how. But since he died, she just knows.
Right.
So it's like, is she getting bits of memory?
Maybe.
Like I don't know.
That's an interesting thought. But yeah, the book is so original Superman or post-crisis Superman, whatever you want to call him. For this point on, I will call him pre-52 Superman. That's going to be my shorthand. And he visits the crypt of the new Superman's like grave. They've not built a statue yet, so he goes down to.
Which, I like how he mentions that too. Is that no matter what, Metropolis builds a memorial to a fallen Superman. You know, for however things are different, they're the same.
Yeah, this is the thing we said. Not obviously we weren't recording podcast yet, but when we were talking about Lois and Clark, and how, and even once like Tomasi started doing his last arc on Superman there for the New 52, we said that the voice is just right, and that's something that carries over into this. The voice of this Superman is right. It feels like Superman.
That's something that's really interesting about this issue for me, because I feel like for us who have been reading Superman know what's been going on, this is kind of almost redundant in terms of a lot of the plot. It's kind of there to catch people up of if you want to jump into Superman, you want to know what's happened, this is what you need to know.
And that's what these issues should be best at.
Yeah.
Because they are jumping on point, so I commend them for that.
I do as well, which it means it should, in theory, be kind of boring for us who have got the story already. But because he gets the voice so well, it's still very entertaining to read.
I think that's because basically he finds Lana, because Lana's down there because she's going to take his ashes. Interesting that it's ashes in this version and not bones, or a body. But so he finds Lana because Lana's got a promise to keep where she said she was going to remove his ashes and bury him next to his parents, which I thought was a nice little touch.
Yeah.
And Superman explains why he thinks he's going to come back, because he recounts the fight with Doomsday and the death of Superman, big famous story, of course. And what I really like about that is some people, and I'll admit it maybe spends a bit too many pages recounting it, but there's something oddly touching about Superman telling this story to someone else in this universe. I don't know what it is, but there's something really touching about it, and I like it.
And Tomasi and Mankey consolidate that entire story, which is multiple books. Like
it's like
they consolidate
3 double-page spreads.
Yeah, and it's him, and it's hopeful. It's not about his death. It's about his rebirth. There's the title.
Yeah,
and that there's always something to come. Like
also, the panel layout on those few pages is just fantastic.
Yeah, that's Mankey at work there.
Yeah, I think the art's fairly good throughout. There's a couple of weird faces, I think, but I think that Doomsday retelling, I think, got a lot more effort put into it because everything about it stood out.
Oh, Well, you also have the guy that created it in the family of creators. So I'm sure Jurgens is going like, "Hey, how's that thing coming? Like your homage to my work."
That's the thing,
You
because
know?
obviously Doomsday is coming up in action as well. This is kind of setting up for that
It's
as
set up
well.
for both, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if anything, it sets up action more than it
So
does
so here's
main
the thing too
Superman.
that just shows that the DC editorial team had no idea what was going on this entire time. Is DDO had always maintained that Doomsday had happened to the New 52 Clark,
They
Yeah.
but
even
they
referenced
always
it a few
just
times, didn't they?
skimmed over it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this, it seems like it didn't happen whatsoever.
Until that event that happened a couple of years ago.
Until the horrible Super Doom.
Yeah.
That packet is worse there.
Do you know?
But yeah,
I'm skimming through the Doomsday fight like flashback
yeah,
here in the issue, and I'm just like, it's gorgeous. Like I really, it's something. Seeing those red underpants again just makes me
yeah.
feel something.
Which is a weird thing to say,
I
but
know.
that's like a classic Supermanism.
Yeah.
Like that's just as iconic as the cape and the S.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So
don't actually. It's funny actually. I don't mind the red trunks not being there. For me, losing the collar for this new outfit is actually the biggest thing they've done. But I'm like, yes, this looks much better. Like,
It
did you
instantly
see
just changes it.
yeah.
yeah, well, you can see his massive traps now. So
Yeah.
But you should.
yeah,
I should want to rest my head against those traps.
Is it just me, or is
Sure.
it just like the fact that there's no collar makes him seem like wider? Like he seems broader.
it's him
Yeah.
wider and more open. He's a guy
Yeah.
you can approach. Like he's not a button up
Yeah.
type guy. Like Batman, you want to look covered up because you should
Yeah.
be a little bit afraid of him. That's his thing.
Yeah.
Superman, you should be willing to approach him and be like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. So they go to the fortress, New 52 Superman's fortress, and I love, Clark sort of like noticing everything, and like he sees the ice statue that New Superman built of he added the Kents holding up the planet,
Earth
which
instead
is
of Krypton.
yeah, which is a really nice touch that I liked in his Last Days of Superman arc that just
Yep.
happened. I liked all that, and he said I never thought of doing it, and I thought it was a really nice touch. And this is where Superman learns that the regeneration matrix, I think the MacGuffin that brought him back,
Yeah,
doesn't exist, or if it does, they don't know.
I like that
Yeah, well-
they answered this straight away. Like, look, it's just not here. This is why it's not. This is why he's here
Yeah,
to
it
stay,
can't happen,
at least
yeah.
for now.
and again, that tells me that Doomsday didn't happen because, or if it did, someone hid the regeneration machine.
Yeah.
Like
Well, it definitely
Morrison wished it out of existence.
Yeah, it definitely didn't happen because Superman's telling Lana all this story, and at no
Yeah.
point does she go, "Yeah, I know all this. It happened."
Yeah, exactly.
So
And which is fine because if the New 52 is going to be different, then let it be different. Don't not she's the warmed over stuff. Also, when he said I didn't think of adding the Kents, is that confirmation that New 52 or see this is where I get confused. Old 52, pre 52. Is that what we're calling him?
yeah, pre-52 we're going with.
Pre 52 Clark has lost both parents too, or just his dad, like in the Brainiac story.
Well, technically, we know his dad's gone, definitely, right? Because that happened.
Right.
But enough time had passed, like because their sons, John's whatever
Right.
age. Well, at least when they first came in, like he was born, so
Right.
at least a couple of years had passed since we'd last seen old 52 Superman. So I would guess that Ma Kent could have died in that time
Yeah.
because she was old. I mean, it's not like she
mean-
was spring chicken.
John's about what 10 now,
Right.
so he
Yeah.
would have been maybe 5-ish
When they came into
when they came in. Yeah.
It's not unreasonable to think that Ma Kent might have
But I just
passed
Yeah,
away.
I just like a world where the Kents are still around. That's just me though. That's what I came up reading.
Yeah.
Like Birthright era. And
No, I
Yeah,
don't-
yeah.
I
It was
don't
5
mind-
years.
I don't mind old Superman's Kent's been dead now though, because
No.
all that history happened where he was Superman with them alive. It meant
Right.
something.
Yeah.
The problem in New 52 Superman it was, oh yeah, they're already dead and we're never going to see them. And
And again, that was based off of Morrison telling his Golden Age Superman story, where they were dead, and that's why he came and wrote for the Daily Star. He had no attachments to Smallville anymore.
yeah,
So, but either way, that packed a punch when you saw the Kents
I like
holding up
that.
Earth.
And obviously, once he realizes right, he can't bring him back. He's like, okay, I'm going to help you fulfill your promise, and they go to Smallville, and he helps her. And this is the end. This is the last 2 pages of the book, and this is, for me, this is what makes this book actually kind of amazing. Because the last thing in the second last page, so Lana's talking about things, and old Clark says, "I just wanted you to know that 2 young Clark Kents on 2 different worlds. We're very lucky to have Lana Langs in our lives." That made me tear up. This is the second time in as many weeks that this DC have made me tear up.
I'm almost doing it right now, just thinking about it. God damn it!
That made me tear up. That really meant something to me.
It's the fact that it's followed as well by the silhouette shot, and silhouette shots are always effective, aren't they?
Yeah, they always are, and it's just her. 'Cause that's the other nice touch here, is that he can do it in 2 seconds if he wants to, but she's like, "No, I want to dig."
Yeah, and you just see him flying off. What I find really good about that panel though is she's silhouetted and doing it, but he is
in the light.
He's in the light, yeah.
Yeah. That's the old, and he's going to be the future.
Let's not forget Superman's a character of light. He gets his power from the sun. You know.
Yeah.
So
and that takes us to the last page, and our Clark adds New 52 Superman to the Kents holding up Earth, which I thought was a really nice. Do you know what, for a character who, for the most part, we didn't really like, his last arc and then this issue have oddly made me honour him, at least. Like, they've honoured him in such a way that I, in hindsight, I'm kind of okay with his existence in a weird way.
Yeah.
And it's just the idea that Superman would honour this other version of Superman is a really nice little touch. And then the last line of the book, of course, to set up the fact that he's now going to take the mantle, or return to the mantle, I suppose, is all that tomorrow is missing is Superman, and he smiles, and it's like, now you could argue maybe they could have used a final page of him actually putting on a suit to really like drive it home, but I actually kind of like the idea that it's a little bit more just.
It ends with him smiling.
Yeah, there you go.
That's all you need. Like, I feel it's also Tomasi, because I know Tomasi and Johns are close. Because when Johns was writing the Rebirth or the Recharge Green Lantern, he named a character after him, Isamot Cole, which is Tomasi backwards. Right? He was the lizard guy. And so I just felt like Johns was like, hey, I'm taking over the DC cinematic stuff. Don't forget Superman's supposed to smile. And so Tomasi is like, all right, got it. And there we go.
Oh, that's really...
I think the thing is also this whole issue is about Superman being dead. It should be sad and somber, but instead he sees the hope at the end. It's like, well, there's still something there to come.
Yeah. I'm still here.
It's still very encouraging as Superman fans, I think, to see this. Also, as a Supergirl fan, I like the message that plays in the fortress. He's like,
that's right,
because he thinks that there won't be another Superman, so he's like, Kara. You know,
I almost would have loved seeing Kara have to step up and
for a little while.
Yeah,
I'd like that. Almost like a Batman's gone, so Dick has to step up. Like Kara step. That'd be a cool thing to explore. But
we got that kind of in the TV show though.
Yeah,
so that's kind of what she's doing. So and that's scratching that itch, but it would have been cool. And who knows? Maybe that'll be the first arc of Supergirl is dealing with the time between, because we saw her in. What was it? Last Days of Superman, or in Super League?
I think she was also one of the panels in Rebirth that the site of the death.
Yeah. So we saw her in National City and doing those treatments to keep her powers up. So there's a story to be told there.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm looking forward to Supergirls, but it's a shame it's not till September. But that's just good marketing because the show will be coming back soon after that. But
on the CW. Yep.
Which means it'll last for a long time, which is great. Because CBS are, like ridiculous.
Yeah, it's got to be a CSI or NCIS or whatever else.
Yeah.
To keep going on there.
But no, so that's I think that wraps up Superman Rebirth.